Oh my goodness, it says we're live and on the air. And thank you, folks. And welcome to Drone Therapy, Season 3, Episode 13, the Zino Brothers, with our special guest, Demarco Moore. Where am I getting all that feedback from?
Not me.
Oh, maybe it's just a TV or something in the background. I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to jump into the chat real quick and say hey to Alex, Mark Aerial Videos from Greece. He puts up a lot of cool stuff from, the Xiaomi Mi drone. And what else does he use, John? Do you know off the top of your head? I can see Josh from Parks and Tech. He's going to be on in the future. Ethan Mitchell, who's been on in the past, he's going to come back on at I think it's sometime in the near future, and we're going to do like a software episode with a good friend of mine called Film Sensei. So go check out his channel, and he's going to be talking about hit film and stuff like that. Artco's in the house. I see John telling everybody hi. That's about got everybody covered. And like I was saying earlier, our guest is Demarco Moore. And for the reason that he's just even more special to us because he's a Zino expert like Ron Brown. And he's also the guy that made John and I Zino brothers and John's got something cool to tell you about his Zino in a little bit, but Demarco's the guy that hooked us up with the killer deal off from Ron Brown, who is our other in-house Zino expert. And so with that being said, I'm going to throw it over to John so that he can tell you about his Zino real quick, and he can give his introduction to Demarco, and then we'll let Demarco lead us from there maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. John.
All righty. So my Zino is really, really special. My Zino is actually Kelly Shore's Zino, my guys. And it's been crashed. He crashed in his review. Now I've got his Zino. Demarco won it from Kelly in a little contest, and now I've got it. So this is an extra special little Zino. And Bill is holding up his Zino now, the black Zino, self-sharpied by Bill.
That's why I called it the Black Panther. And that, that was just to cover up the cosmetic damage of me being an idiot.
There's no signature by Kelly. I don't even see a crash scuff / signature per se. So
Demarco sent it to the body shop before he sent it to you, John.
Oh yeah. Is that what you did?
Oh, quick into the chat. David Ma came in and said, "Hey everybody, hello David, Barry G's RC. If you don't already subscribe to these people, please go check out their channels too." And I had some crazy ideas I was wanting to run by the guys later on, and everybody that's involved in the chat can kind of give us their input on it also. And I'm going to throw it back to John and his interaction with Demarco and Ron, and I'm going to kind of try to catch up by listening to everybody. John.
So Demarco's a really nice guy. I mean, he came on the show, and remember, we were like, yeah, if the Zino dropped like $200, you'd probably pull the trigger. And he hooked us both up. He's like, I'll do it for $175 with an extra battery. And it was Bill who got me hooked up with you because he's like, he's got two of them. I'm like, he's got two. So I started emailing you, and we went back and forth, and Demarco's a really, really cool dude. What are you looking to get into next? Because you got a Mavic 2 Pro now, right? Air. You got the Air now, and I think you said something like you were looking toward trying to do some FPV in the future.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Learning how to fly manual with my Bugs 3 was quite the experience though. But I would love to do some FPV, but right now I know zero about it. I mean, I feel like this 2 years ago concerning camera drones. Now I think I know a lot about it, but as far as FPV, I know zero about it though. So
okay, I had my earphones out, but all I could see on the screen was Nemo doing this. So, and then I realized Demarco was talking, and I put my earphones in, and then I can hear him saying, "I don't know anything about FPV," and I was like, "Oh, so Nemo's going dinner."
Wait. What I do know is that not flying for a while, like you do lose something. So I didn't fly my Bugs 3 for about 3 months. You know, I got my Zino and then I got my Autel. So a couple of weeks ago, I took my Bugs 3 out and I tried to fly, and it was rough. It took me 2 batteries before I was okay. I could keep it up in the air again, and then by that 3rd battery, I was doing loops in it though, and flying under trees and stuff like that though. So there's a learning curve back to it again.
So now my understanding is that the Bugs 3 was actually the first drone you had to learn to fly on. Is that fly manually?
Yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's crazy to me to think about.
Is it John? Is it John? Everyone, is it John?
Yes. Yeah, it must be.
Okay, it's gotta be. This happened before. Okay, hang on, John. Hang on. Let's see if we can we unmute him?
Is my microphone messed up?
Yeah, it blew us up again, man. It was
blew us up again.
Yeah, we were all like,
sorry about that. I don't know what causes it. I don't know what does it, guys.
Okay, aliens around there, John?
What?
Do you have aliens around there? Or
I hope not.
Things next to you?
You belong to that Facebook group.
Hey.
Yeah, Area 51.
All right, I want to jump back into the chat real quick. I see that Roger from Canadian Drone Hub. If you all haven't checked out, Roger had some company come by over the last week or so, and they've got a lot of interesting videos for everyone to see on their channel, but I'm not going to give away too much. You need to go over there and check it out, and I've still got John highlighted, so now back on me. But yes, oh, and Lawrence is in the house. Novice Quads is in the house. Please go by and check him out if you haven't already. Drone Shots is in the house. Ethan's talking about he ran through 4 packs today. And okay, now back to the Zino thing. What is isn't there a jumper that comes with it in the packaging now? And John's pretty sure he's narrowed it down to the what is it, 1.2 millimeter JST connector?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And Bill, you were telling me that it looked like a toy grade connector, and sure enough, that's it. This will fit. If you got any of these lying around from a toy that you can pull off of, or I mean, good. These are so cheap. They'll fit right in here, and it's got to be on the 2 leftmost pins of the controller. If you're looking at it like this, it's got to be over here, and it'll fit right on. And then you could twist these together, and it should be good.
Yeah,
I think Hubson now sells those, separately. If you early buyer, they didn't get in the box.
Oh, I thought they sold. They gave them to you.
Well, it does come in a box now, but if you're an early buyer, when they didn't send it,
they'd sell you one. They would. It sounds like a smart controller thing to me.
And I don't think you can use a coupon on that JST cable.
All right, before we get too deep into the Zino Brothers thing, I got to roll. Oh, okay. Carter starts in the house. Cigar Nation Warriors. Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger. Oh, look, Lloyd. I want you to see from my EMG. Yeah, you know these, don't you, Lloyd? Oh, and they suck. If the doctor's going to give you an EMG, say no. Anyway, Timothy Huskell, Art's talking more, Ethan's talking more. So what I wanted to say, anybody that knows me knows I used to be just avidly in love with DJI. Yes, I was more than a fanboy. I had them on the side relationship to my wife, but there came a time when I bought DJI Select, and then I realized that they weren't. The product's fantastic, but the support, the actual support and everything is not what it's all cracked up to be, especially the Select. Well, to make a long story short, I kind of got upset with them because I couldn't use my coupons to buy the smart controller because I bought the Mavic True Pro right out of the gate, and I had the regular controller, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, so today, a month before the end of my Select membership, I get an email from DJI. Bill, would you like to continue to be a Select member, but now at a special discount rate?
Did you buy it?
No, I still haven't. I was going to tell you guys. I was going to throw it out to the chat and see what you guys think. They're saying another year for $30.
Oh,
another year for $30.
What do you get for it? What do you get?
Okay, so like before I buy a new drone, you get like discounts on refresh, you get discounts on accessories, all that stuff. And they're gonna give you bonuses throughout the year. Sometimes they'll give you bonuses that you can hand out to your friends to give them like 20% off of an accessory or 40% off of a product, or it's just different stuff at all different times. And you may not have the money when they give you the really, really, really good coupons, but sometimes you benefit from it. Like I kind of got my money back from it when I got the accessory pack for the Osmo Pocket, because it was like $140 $135. And I think with the coupon and stuff, I got it for like $65. So it was worth it. So, I got the money out of it that way. So, but what I'm talking about is they'll give you I'm sorry. I just looked over and saw Lloyd said, but no KY. So, yeah. Oh, it sucks when they send that jolt through your arm, man. Anyway, Rick Halber's in the house. Hey, glad that everybody's in the house. Everybody, please check each other out. Get to go. Oh, Phantom Flight 101. Glad to have you in the house also. Please check out everybody's channel. Just like Roger has taught all of us, we got to support each other in order to keep this drone community connected and everything. And I'm going to shut up for a minute and let Ron, John, and Demarco talk to you all about the Hubsan Zino.
Well, wait 1 sec. Ethan Mitchell, I just want to read what Ethan Mitchell wrote. He said, found out today that the Osmo Action may not be as durable as the GoPro 7. He bricked it after a very light FPV crash into a grass field, and even mentioned that it was protected by 3D printed TPU, so not scratch on it, but it won't power up. So I think you and me, Nemo, we talked about what kind of durability the Osmo Action would have on a racer, and I guess that sort of answers the question.
Yeah, that's what he was messaging me earlier, telling me about it, and I've crashed pretty hard with the GoPros, and I don't have any issues with them. I mean, they're still going fine. I have not put the Osmo on a quad yet, and that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of scared to. But now I don't think I'm going to.
Okay, jumping back in there real quick, I wanted to see, Drumpool said his Zino isn't going to ship until August 18th. But we did discover that you and John, Dan, are now in the same state and probably not too awfully far from each other. So, and I said, I don't know, it might be all, but both of you like FPV and stuff. So maybe there's some way that you could go test drive John's Zino and fly a little FPV somewhere too.
A Zino meetup.
A Zino meetup.
A Zino FPV meetup.
Dan, that sucks that it's not going to ship. You're not the only one that's got stuck with that. I think that Banggood got so many freaking orders that now they've got a bit of a backlog. So,
does Demarco's store have another one for sale?
No, he does not. If I did, my wife would have me up to hold someplace too. So no.
Hey, the good thing is my wife is getting a new couch soon.
Oh, that's good.
So, just in case DJI comes out with a new drone anytime soon.
Hey, back to what earlier John had asked me about my first drone, and I told him that Bugs 3 was my first drone. Well, at that time, I didn't know anything about drones. So one night I took it for a flight. I put the kids down, had my pajamas on. I went on the driveway. I took it for a flight, and I took it up probably to about 100 feet. And as you guys probably know, with a drone like that, you shouldn't be that high with it. And I pressed a button on it and turned the lights off. And make a long story short, it floated away on me. By the time I got the lights back on, it was a couple blocks over. I tried to chase it. I was jumping fences. I lost my house shoe. My sock was all wet. I was scaring people, running through the lawn, holding up a controller. And luckily, the next day, one of my buddies, a couple of blocks over, it actually landed in their lawn. But that was my first flyaway, and that was a horrible feeling. To watch it just float away.
Yeah, that kind of stuff makes me sick to my stomach just thinking about it, man.
And DeMarco, he sure started off with a man's drone, right, John?
Oh yeah, I mean, the Bugs 3 is the last drone that I would recommend someone to learn to fly manual on. I mean, that's remarkable.
Yeah, it took me a while. Let's see, I went through a couple of pairs of propellers. So yeah, I mean, I definitely crashed it a couple of times. So, but
Did you all see what Ethan said? He said, Nemo and John Cuppi, DJI support, also emailed me that it is precision components and should be treated as such. So I guess that means he's not getting a new one.
That's the action part of it.
Yeah. The no action part.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean he's not getting a new one? If he has DJI Care, he should be getting a new one.
Well, I think they were saying that was beyond the care mechanism. Or maybe if he does, do you have care?
I mean, that's interesting. If that is beyond the scope of DJI Care, that's kind of stupid because the whole point of DJI Care is, if you self-inflict damage on your gear, you're supposed to be able to get a replacement.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, and I wanted to holler back out. I saw that Kenny Cardoso came in. I wanted to holler out to Kenny. He's talking to everybody, chatting to everybody, and I will do the promo thing again. I will say, please check out everybody's channel. You don't always have to go by and watch every videos every week. If you get a chance, just go by and check them out. Let them know you're there. Holler at them on their channel, back and forth, and that's how we can keep up with each other. Okay, so what do you all want to talk about? You want to go back into the Zino? You want to keep on the Bugs 3? And just to bring that up, and the reason that I kind of left the room and came back. You've heard me talk about them a million times. I got 2 of those. That's the Bugs 3 backpack drone kit, whatever. They had it like a year ago, and then there was a code out. And you could get them for like $50. Well, I've not even flown them. So I don't know for sure how the batteries are. I'll try, check one out, charge it up, see what I get out of it. Since I know if I ship it with a LiPo, it's going to have to be on the ground in the U.S., but we can do that. We could probably give it away sometime here in the near future to someone in the United States. It's the little backpack deal. What do y'all think about that?
I would suggest flying it in a large field during the day.
No, I've got the blue, but I've got a Drocon.
Oh, you got one. You got the Blue Devil or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the Drocon Blue.
Yeah.
I rolled it down a tree. There's even a video on YouTube about it. It's kind of cool the way it rolls down the tree and everything.
DeMarco, Bill's a trained professional in the Bug series of drones.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I got the Bugs 2s. I got the 3 Mini. Yeah, I got a few drones.
Well,
I don't come on and review like everybody else does. Oh, wait. You know me, how I am when I'm spontaneous and I get on here like this. There was something I saw on Twitter. It was another drone pilot, and they were kind of like hammering recreational pilots because we're all kind of some of us are in an uproar, some of us aren't in an uproar about the whole, Lance system and stuff like that. And oh, by the way, we've discovered that unless you got a DJI drone, you might be out in left field and have to go through drone zone, which is going to take 2 days. Anyway, so this channel was talking, or this person was kind of talking about how we were all, and I guess what it is sometimes channels get attacked by other people, and those people go too far, and they'd say, hey, that was wrong, you shouldn't have done that, but in the same sense of the word, just because we have our opinions, let us have our opinions. Let us have our little moment of it's just our little piece of cheese over here. It's our little tiny piece of cheese. And it might be something that we're talking about or speculating about, but that's what's so cool about this community. We can actually do that, and there's room for all of it. But all of us keep trying to jump past all this stuff and, oh no, this is my time. And okay, and I'm going to shut up again, and then I'll bring it up again later about the other ideas I had. But whatever y'all want to talk about drones, that's the whole cool thing about it. Yes, we started out talking about the Zino, and I'm very grateful to you, DeMarco, for hooking us up like that, man. And
Me too.
Since I actually took the time to, and this is the thing. I think what happened, I tried to bind it, and what I think it was I had done the mechanism wrong. Like I may have started the app and then turned on the drone in the phone.
Yeah.
Or done something, and I had thought that it was bound, but it was actually just bound to the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then when I watched like 1 or 2 videos, man, ever since then it's been buttery smooth. The only difference is where I'm used to like a DJI drone hooking up at like 6 satellites or 8 satellites, enough to where it'll register the home point.
Mm-hmm.
You can go up and it'll lock on in. You know, you got to let it lock into about 10 or 12 satellites before it really locks into place. And then it'll climb, like even my Mavic 2, I've never really seen her gone up above like 18 satellites. But the Zino, I've seen it get 22, 24 satellites even here.
Yeah.
So,
It's definitely something you have to do. The process of binding and the compass, you have to do it in order, or it won't work. So I spent many a day out there trying to do it over and over and over again. Oh, okay, finally do. I gotta turn the drone on first, plug the phone in, get the app. So yeah, it's definitely one of those. So.
Yeah, and like the thing was I would like launch it like within 6 feet of the side of my house. So there was not and this is what here I've told them this story before, but here's the stupid thing that. This not only did I really not, I was like, oh no, I don't need instructions. I can just go fly. But I went up underneath it and I grabbed it, and I was like, gonna pull the old DJI trick. I'm gonna turn it sideways. And it's gonna cut off. Oh no! But the smart thing was I didn't let go. But so what I did was I just kind of hung it up in the air, and I was like, way to go, dumbass. So and I ducked to the side of my deck, to where I was defended by wood barriers and stuff, and then it hit the side of the house twice,
and still lives to fly.
Yeah, and then that's why the Sharpie with and Lawrence, yes, that works. If you're still here, is there? Oh, Nacho's in the house. Wanted to say, hey, Nacho. Nacho said something about a stinky drone. Bill will need Beano when flying a Zino. Bino and Zino. That's a good one, Art. Good one, Art. Yeah, nice one. What's a satellite? Consistently 16 to 17 satellites on his park. All right. What do y'all want to talk about? Go for it.
Hey, Bill, I got a Zino super tip for you and John. You can hot swap the battery in the Zino. So you say your battery's getting low, so you land a Zino, turn the Zino off, pull the battery out, put the new battery in, turn on, but don't turn the controller on off, or don't disconnect the phone or whatever, and just wait long enough and it'll all come back up again. And sometimes you may have to, whatever that process where I forget what it's called, where you connect it to your phone, you may have to do that again, or you may not have to. I've seen it both ways, but you can kind of hot swap the battery without turning everything off. It will work.
The coding, Lawrence. I didn't know that. You were telling me to put on it. Remember we were talking about that the other night? You were telling me because we were on, I think we were on your stream like a week or two ago, and you were like, get some of the art stuff, and John and I were talking about that too. The stuff that I sprayed on it to keep the Sharpie from coming off.
Yep. Right.
Okay, cool. So what do y'all want to talk about? Drone Life RC.
DJI Select.
A little earlier. I'm going to John, did you see the new drone MGX has out now? It's the MGX MEW41. It sort of looks like a cross between a Parrot Nafi and a Mavic Pro.
I did see it, and I cannot believe that they would put such a piece of shiitake mushroom of a drone on the market. Okay, I didn't swear. I just don't know what they're thinking, man. They want like $300 for that thing. Like the video, I haven't seen the full spec sheet for it, but at the time when I was looking, it looks like the same specs as the I think it's the B4W with the 20 FPS camera and the 2K.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, this new Bugs definitely has toy camera on it. They want to charge $300 for, and you get a drone with a toy camera with no stabilization. I mean, don't they look around? Don't they see Hubson selling a 3-axis gimbal 4K drone for $250? I mean,
I don't know what they're thinking, Ron. Ron, you and I, we've actually talked about this one before. The toy market has just gone to hell. I don't know what's happening this year. There's so many situations like that where we see a drone like the Mew 4 and we're like, what is this? What is this crap?
Right. I mean, basically, if you're going to make a drone for over $100 now, you better have a decent camera and some stabilization.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, once you get to the $200 price point, you have to. I mean, the bar has been readjusted. Period.
So speaking on that, how does the Zino's camera compare to something like I don't even know what the latest DJI thing is, but is it also a 4K camera, and is it comparable to a DJI camera? Because I have no idea.
I'll handle this.
Yes.
Well, I'll handle this one. Somebody broke this down, and the drones, like say the DJI drones, they have the equivalent sensor that's in a high-end cell phone, like a premier Samsung phone or an Apple phone. Where the Zino has a 4K camera, but it's the type of sensor you'd find in more of a budget price camera phone and not like a flagship one. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So how does it do? I mean, I haven't really seen any. I mean, I haven't looked, but I'm sure there are videos out on the camera. I'd like to see something, that shows some of the footage from it.
It does roll well. I mean, it's got limitations. Like it doesn't do well in the dark areas. So if you're shooting it in a high contrast situation, it's going to be a little dark or whatever. But if you got the sun at the back and you're flying the drone away from you with the camera facing away from you, looks real good. I mean, proper lighting. I said it looks real good. You could make a semi-cinematic video, with the Zino. I mean, you can put it in Final Cut, and you can push the colors around a little bit. Not like it's the Mavic 2 Pro or anything, but you can push the colors with your editor.
Yeah.
Novice Quads is asking, what does it shoot at? So this is also kind of funny. So the settings for what the camera can shoot at are kind of strange because I think you can do 1080 at 60 and you could do 4K at 30, but you can't do 4K at 24. I didn't see any option to do that, at least, which is really, really weird, right? Because many people, we want to shoot 4K at 24 for the cinematic effect, and you can't do it. They kind of set those what it can shoot at in stone. So it's really strange.
I mean, in all fairness, when you get a DJI drone, if you don't change your setting, it's a 30 frames a second. So 30 frames per second is what everybody gives you by default. Even DJI lets you go in and switch it. So that's the only thing I'll give them. You could do 1080p and 720 and 30 or 60 and 2.7 and 4K and only 30.
That was my next question. Does it do 2.7K? Because that's what I use with the GoPro. That's all I use for the GoPro.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Right.
For someone looking for a nice camera drone for that price, for $250 to $300, I think it's a no-brainer there.
So that's a new price.
Well, they had sales for what was the last sale? It was a $253 on Banggood, I think I saw it for.
But this is funny how the Chinese resellers work. I mean, I guess the list price is still $369.
Yeah.
But drones coming out of China like that, never go for the list price. All the China stores are always competitive and giving out coupons. This has been as low as I think $229 already. Again, it's not Hubson, it's the resellers battling to the lowest price point to get the sales. John can probably explain this better than I can.
Yeah, I mean, there's really, to tell you the truth, there's really not too much to explain. I mean, right now we've got a race to the bottom in that category. We're really all trying to figure out, where is it going to stop? Obviously, I think the recent pricing has got so many orders in that now, Banggood has a backed up order situation. So it is possible that it's not going to drop much further, at least for now. Maybe 6 months down the road, we might see something. But they're selling like hotcakes at the current price. And when you're selling more product than you have, generally you don't see the price go down much farther. People were not biting them when it was much higher. So.
Did you see this? Birdman said, hey, guys, he just got in, had some supper, then he got 2 flights of acro whooping. Oh, come on, Nemo. A burp? You got to be kidding me. Acro whooping? Acro whooping. What if it was indoor acro whooping? Was it indoor? Wait a minute. Was it indoor?
I think Birdman flies mostly outdoor. He's I like checking out his videos. He loves the whoops, which is awesome.
He's a big field right in front of his house. He stands in his truck, and the flap out of his truck and flies his field right across the street from his house.
That would be awesome.
Brian Newsom whoops a lot too. Right. You know, that's what I'm got the right guy, right?
No, you don't.
John.
Oh, never mind.
I don't actually. I have no clue who the hell you're talking about.
Drone on.
So I literally don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Brian Newsom.
There is somebody that whoops a lot, but there's a lot of people that whoop a lot.
Oh, come on. Okay, fine. Okay.
I don't know.
That's okay. That's fine. It's fine.
Did you whoop today, Nemo?
Today, I flew the Mobula around. That's close to a whoop. So,
okay.
Yeah, I did. I take it out when I let the dog out and just let him run and go out and burn a couple packs and
who let the dogs out?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. It came in there. I just couldn't do anything about it.
So I have not really some question. Well, I guess it is a question for Demarco. You were talking about you wanted to get into FPV. So are you like looking at something in particular that you're gonna, try to get into it, or are you just still kind of up in the air as to what you would want?
I am still up in the air of what I would want. The only time that I actually thought about actually pulling the trigger on something, I had saw a Gear Best or a Banggood special on a whole kit of the goggles and everything. It was that red pepper or that little drone. Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'll get that and start, learn on it a little bit. Well, I don't know anything about it. I don't. I just don't.
I think it's a small pepper. I have the small pepper.
Small pepper, yeah.
Does that have like the little like a picture of a bird, like maybe a flame coming down on the side? Is that the same one?
I think so.
Yeah, it's an Ishi. I think.
Yeah, yep.
Hey, well here I tell you guys, what is whooping? What is that? Sorry, I'm not.
Where did the term whoop come from?
Yeah. What does it mean?
Okay, the term tiny whoop came from Jesse Perkins. He was on a team. There were racers that were called, the name of the team was called Big Whoop. Like you see something that's you don't really think is that impressive, you go Big Whoop. Mm-hmm. Well, that was the name of their racing team. And Jesse Perkins took an Inductrix, the Blade Inductrix, and he soldered a camera on it, and he just started calling it a tiny whoop. And it just went from there. Now it's come to define like a class of these little micro brushless. I mean, now they're getting brushed. I'm sorry. Now they're getting into the brushless side of it, but these are the brushed motors. This is like all tiny whoop type stuff. And that's kind of like its own class.
Okay.
They're good for flying indoors.
They are perfect for flying indoors. And I mean, now they're getting to where they have, before the brushless whoops came around, I actually was the way the brushed motors had taken off, you could fly those in acro outside as well. So technology on these things it goes and goes and goes.
Birdman just said that in the chat that he got started on a pepper, small pepper.
Yeah, I remember when those came out. That looks like a promising thing. But there's I mean, depending on how much you want to spend on it now, there's some other options out there.
Okay.
So
Demarco, I may have a salt pepper for sale with an extra battery if you're interested.
for 175.
Go ahead, Nemo. I didn't mean to cut you off again. I'm being bad tonight.
I'm done. Hey, if you can make a sale, you know.
I still got a sale going on with Nemo. I'm sorry, I didn't get those drones listed this weekend, anyway, but I will get to it. I will get my drones up for sale.
Who else has any drone deals for sale? Just put them in the chat. I mean, go ahead. Let's get everyone hooked up with something amazing.
Hey, this will be drone marketplace instead of drone therapy, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Drone marketplace.
Excuse me. Is everybody going to spin up or?
I am. I'm purchase hotel room booked. I'm going. I know.
I want to try to make it to some sort of event, but I'm not promising anything because at this point I just can't right now. I don't know what I'll be doing in a year from now. So I gotta see, especially after getting the new house and everything.
Oh yeah, I know how that goes.
Yep. Bill's muted.
Oh yeah.
No, not really. I was just messing with you.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Somebody in the chat said Bill had too much caffeine tonight.
No, this is only my second one. It's only been 3 weeks. It's only been 3 weeks since I had a Monster, and I snuck it in the cart today at the grocery store.
I believe that was Lloyd that said that.
Yeah, too much caffeine because I can only get it once a month. But I used to. It was like if y'all didn't notice, I used to pound them every episode. But yeah, she only lets me have them like once a month now. Yeah. So I'll drink 2 now and maybe have 2 in a day or 2. So are we doing the spin up talk about now?
We did a little spin up talk. 2 of us are going, and John's kind of thinking, maybe hoping to go. And
Demarco's going. Are you going, Demarco?
Yeah, I'm going.
Well, I've been, I'm thinking about it, but I don't. That's just the airfare from up here to down there is what kills me.
Yeah,
Marco could actually drive if he wanted to make a road trip out.
yeah, he could.
Oh yeah, sure.
He's what, like 16 hours?
Longer than that, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Arkansas. Yeah.
Next state over.
All right. Okay. Okay. So everybody talked to Mike. Got Mike cooled up. I'll just say Raider FPV. Cool. Okay. Now see that's cool. I'm glad that he's in here because it pops up into my head. What I talked to the other guys about, I don't know if any of you got a chance to see. Zoe FPV was showing a lot of the freestyle event she's traveling to. She had it on, and I think it was like Thursday or Friday last week. She was just kind of testing things out. She was using this thing called speechchat.com, and it would actually call out the chat, from the show or, whatever's being going on over here. And it would call out into the, the video while we were streaming so that people could actually hear what they were typing and stuff in the chat. I thought it would be kind of cool, like maybe once in a while to have a 10-minute segment where we didn't say anything. We all muted our microphones and everybody just typed stuff into the chat and whatever drone stuff came up in the chat. And I thought it would be kind of neat or something different. So let me know what you think of that. If it's a stupid idea, that's cool too. Because I can see the look on the other guys' faces. They're like, oh man, you actually told them that? No, really? Okay. So, what's everybody doing? They're saying, hello, hello,
hello,
Bueller,
Hello.
Bueller.
Hello.
Okay, I can see people are subscribing to each other. I think that's where I might have seen Raider the first time, actually, or maybe on Roger's channel on Canadian Drone Hub. I'm not sure.
I want to know who tried to get clearance with Lance yesterday and had. Did they have a success or did they have failure?
I haven't tried it yet.
Wait, what?
I said I haven't tried it yet.
Well, I mean, I was up. I think it was up. Yeah, past midnight, and I had seen that in AirMap that it was all up to date. You could now get clearance in places. And then the next day, I was looking, and AirMap was failing to load any advisories and the whole unlock system period. It was just down hard until at least 5 o'clock p.m., starting from 11 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. for me. And then I checked Twitter, and there were tons of people complaining, AirMap's down. I can't get any unlocks. What the hell's going on here? And I was just wondering, did anybody get an unlock that day with AirMap or what? Was it just a regional thing? Was it just maybe the servers in my region were down or what?
I got an unlock.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah, I get unlocks all the time.
Cigar Nation Warrior says he got an unlock and he did it in 4 seconds. Did you do that today or yesterday? I was just curious, like, what time did you do it? Because, I had nothing but trouble, and I restarted my phone and everything.
Nemo's jerking us around. He didn't get any lance clearance for Jack, man. So anyway,
I got it for this quad.
Yeah,
but the problem is, I heard that you need a DJI drone to use Kitty Hawk and get clearance, right?
I got approval for the Zino.
Did you? Oh, okay.
with Kitty Hawk.
Right? Were you saying something like that to get clearance through
Wait a
Kitty
minute,
Hawk?
Ron. Come on now. Let's be square with these people. Let's not jerk them around. If that's what I was, because I was going to try to get clearance for the Zino. But here's the deal, guys. If you don't own a DJI drone, I don't even think AirMap can. Maybe if it's an
AirMap
Autel.
can.
If it's an Autel, how is it going to connect?
It doesn't connect. It doesn't connect. All you do is go through towards the end and you input all your stuff. It doesn't need to actually be connected to a drone. You just tell it what you're doing. It doesn't need to connect to anything. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I find it weird that Kitty Hawk actually forced you to connect to a DJI drone. I don't understand why.
Yeah,
you should need to.
It won't even give you a pre-flight clearance. And I was under the assumption that you could just use Go 4 and type in something eventually. Is that just for 107 pilots?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. All I know is when I tried to get clearance, it was just not even showing anything. It was taking ages to load. Right now, I can see that. Let's see. Let's pick a random spot here. So this is how AirMap does it. I'll pick a random spot somewhere here.
Everybody whip out your drone app phone.
Whip out your phone.
And get on your apps and see what clearance you get where you're
So I'm going to pick around here by Elkhurst. And this seems to be in a 100-foot zone. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says 100.
Yeah.
And if you hold down, then that circle appears and you can change the radius of your flight. You can go all the way up to 5,000 feet. I don't know that you're going to get cleared for that, but you can. That's just your flight distance. And then when you go down here, it shows all your advisories. You can click next. And then this is the part where you say what altitude you're going to fly at. You can really, I find it funny that I went from a zone that clearly says 100, but you can select anything here. It's probably only going to automatically let you do it if you go to 100 feet because that's what's allowed there. And then, it says what's the pilot and the aircraft, but I don't think you have to select an aircraft. There's really nothing, that says that's a requirement. So, and then you pretty much answer all these basic questions like, what's the pilot's name? Is this flight going to occur over people? If you say yes, then you're probably going to get rejected.
Which app is that? Yeah. Which app is that, John?
This is AirMap. This is all AirMap. And also, Ethan Mitchell was saying he uses AirMap, and the servers are failing yesterday, even for 107. Yeah, I saw on Twitter, people were complaining. There was like, I have commercial work to do. I need to get clearance, and I can't get it on AirMap. So I couldn't even get to this page yesterday in AirMap. It was just showing no advisories, no nothing. So
quick shout out back into chat. Steve Carpenter jumped in and said, "Hey, everybody's been chatting for about 5 minutes now. I wanted to holler out to Steve and say, hey, Glad everybody's in here. Try to support everybody. And if you can, drag some more people in here and get them involved in the chat, please. Thank you.
I'm just curious how that works. So once you get approval through that app, how does that relate to something DJI? I mean, does it give you like a code or something, or?
Well, I've yet to actually get approved with it, so I can't tell you. I don't know. Next time, if I have to fly somewhere or I'm on controlled airspace, I'll let you know. But
Is that how it's supposed to work? I mean,
yeah, I mean, you're just supposed to put it in, and then you pretty much supposed to get an instant approval. Like Cigar Nation Warriors was saying, he got his approval in 4 seconds when he was flying his Zino, and I don't think you need to actually have your app linked to your drone. That's why I think it's kind of funny that Kitty Hawk is
Well, no,
forcing you.
he said he used Kitty Hawk.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
But
Then maybe it was someone else.
I can't get Kitty Hawk to do a general, just a general, okay, clearance, whatever.
I mean, this is all a very new thing for us hobbyists. The 107 guys have been doing this for a long time, so I mean, I'm pretty new to this kind of thing.
Wait a minute, are you 107? It may be Cigar Nation's 107, and that's the difference. Because see, here's mine. I don't know if we can get it to
Your
where
air map. Let me see.
Now this is Kitty Hawk.
Oh, Kitty Hawk. Okay, cool. We can see the comparison. I want to see the comparison.
Okay, wait. Art's sending messages.
So those are two different apps, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And these are supposed to be you can use to get clearance. Come on, pop in there.
Oh, okay. You got it.
But what a lot of people don't know, and Nemo, I'll give you this too. With the Air Map and Kitty Hawk, both of those, you can actually fly the drone with their app.
Yeah,
it tells you that.
DJI drones, you don't need DJI Go 4. You can just open Air Map and get clearance and fly with the app. Now you don't have all the features in Air Map that they have in the Go 4, but you can do most of the basic things.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yep, yeah. I've flown my Mavic with it once, like a couple years ago when it first came out, and I hated it. I hope it's drastically improved since then. I lost video and I couldn't get it back, so I was not impressed with whatever Kitty Hawk had done at the time.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how you would go about just using the phone and not connecting to something, because it seems to want me to, because it talks about at the lower section, it talks about DJI. Come on, kick in there.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
It talks about the DJI status and all this stuff off and on, and I'm like, why? And it's connected to, not available. So what I'm just wondering is why can't, because if you look on, like Ron posted the thing earlier from Drone DJ about the Lance system and stuff, and I don't see any of those pages or any way to get to any of those pages the way the pictures are. So it's obviously connected to something like Ron's saying, and you're using that to fly the drone. So here, let's go. Let's see, create a mission. All it says is coming soon, create a mission.
So how would that relate to someone such as myself that's going to always obey the current FAA laws and I fly only FPV?
Let me handle that one now. I think what the thing we have going on here is with your whoops and FPV drones and the Zino and whatever. Even if we're in a semi-restricted area, we may not be able to fly them legally, but we can still do it. But with a lot of DJI drones, if you have them in a complete no-fly zone, I've been in that before, it won't even take off. And maybe if you could get the approval through the Lance system on one of the apps, maybe you actually could take off and go 100 feet or somewhat to the be legally or whatever. But with these drones like this here, it's good to have Lance. It's always nice to fly legal, but if I want to take off, nothing's stopping me.
Right. Yeah, I like you even more now.
So, I mean, I just real quick, I got all the way to the end, and I didn't have to even put in the drone that I was flying. I left that blank, and according to this, the only thing, because I didn't put in my phone number, it's telling me that rules I'm violating, or rather press on violating. It says, what is the pilot's phone number? It says, I will be rejected upon submission if I don't put a phone number because I press skip on that. But it's also telling me rules on violating do not fly at night. Now, I don't understand why that, because I thought hobbyists could fly at night. So that's kind of weird. But other than that, if I click submit, it's supposed to send it out. And, I don't have to be connected to any drone, at least with AirMap anyway. So,
but you have to be logged in.
You have to be logged into that to AirMap. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
So I'm still kind of, it's still kind of got me wondering how that works. Like does it connect? Like Bill was asking, does it connect somehow to the app or something, or you just get some kind of code and they put it in on the DJI app? Or
well, see, Cigar Nations, that's what Cigar Nation is saying. It says using your and I've got Kitty Hawk running on my phone. It's not connected to anything. How am I supposed to get clearance where I'm sitting right now? Because I don't know how.
Hey, Bill, not to confuse the situation, but Cigar Nation Wars, his name's Bill also.
Okay. But he's not on camera right now. But anyway, my name's actually Charles William, but I go by Bill. So anyway, but what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, here it is. I'm just sitting here, not connected to anything. It's running. I showed you all. I don't know what I'm supposed to mess with in order to get it to allow me to get a clearance.
Well, I wonder what would happen if you hooked that up to one of your DJI drones. I wonder if you would see different screens or different functions.
Well, my thing is I'm not really concerned with that. I want to be able to put, like you all were saying, and I know I'm not the only one, because there's a lot of people out there that really want to do everything by the book. They're trying to be cool with it and everything. Because in case you all didn't see the other day, was it UPS that filed for Let Us Fly Now approval?
Yes, I saw that.
It was UPS that's wanting to put drones in the air right now. Not 2 years from now, right now. They say they got it ready to go. They don't need to wait 2 more years. They got it down, and they've already filed. So we need to get together now and show that we can. So that's what I'm saying is there's people out there that are trying to follow the rules and trying to do it the right way, but the apps aren't supporting them the way that we were told they were going to be doing by now. So I'm just trying to figure out how to do it.
Well, we may need an app update, which hopefully pops up in the next day or so for the Kitty Hawk and the AirMap.
They need a video. They need a how-to video on YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The one that was on. Okay, they're having another one August 1st on how to work your way around the UAS maps.
And this is a webinar, correct, Bill?
Yes, this is from the FAA themselves. Just go to Google, type in FAA UAS webinars. You'll get a page that'll come up straight from the government. Find out where you need to sign up. There's going to be a couple over the next few months that are going to express on how recreational pilots can use these things. The only other thing that and this is the one that they had, just a couple of weeks ago, was that they were giving you the introduction into the Lance system. And it said that my understanding was if you couldn't get clearance, you would have to use Drone Zone, and you would have to get clearance, and it might take anywhere from 1 to 2 days to get clearance. So you would have to plan it that way. So I don't know. We're just trying to.
Hey, so a question on the clearance. Do you need clearance in any restricted zone? So what if you're in a restricted zone that's 400 meters? I mean, do you still need clearance, or?
I saw he just said tap airspace, so I'm tapping airspace. Okay, I'm tapping it, and it's not doing anything. Do I need to tap maps?
I only know about this subject very briefly, Demarco, but from what there's a lot of airspace out there that's known as Class D, okay? And that's pretty much almost any airspace that's going to be if you're within 5 miles of an airport, whether that be like a regional one or a major one. That's called Class D. Hobbyists are allowed to fly in Class D, but the way it worked before was you had to call the tower of the airport, and you told them I'm gonna fly. Well, they got rid of that, and now we have this system where you just put it in on your phone. It says, "Hey, I'm gonna be flying here." And like Cigar Nation Warriors was saying, he lives within 5 miles of a regional airport. He goes in the app, he puts a dot on where he's going to be flying, and he gets instant approval. And then that's it. You know, that the airport knows that he's a drone flyer. He's flying there, and it's good.
Okay.
What is Bill doing?
Yes. He's right. Look, dude, it's right there on it. He said you have to press airspace. You see what that says? See?
Yeah, you're Class D.
Okay.
But look what it says. It says up to 200 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And it says right there, see the click box, get authorization.
Oh,
Okay.
that's great, Bill.
Because I was looking at mine. I'm in Class C.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. See, I'm not even in Class C.
Does yours say anything about click it? Is the box for get authorization checked?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yeah.
So what, maybe 100 feet?
No, but it's Class C says 400 feet.
Wow. Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. But the closer I get to the airport, which isn't that far away, it goes from 400 to 300 to 200 to 0.
Right.
That's the same situation that I see on my phone as well. You go from 400 on the outer circle. You got a lot of 200s toward the center, and then right when you start to get right in the middle there, then you're all zeroed.
Yeah.
Ethan Mitchell said, keep in mind that the FFA airspace does not match DJI's airspace.
Well, this is the one that we're using on Kitty Hawk and on Air Maps tied into the UAS map system.
Right.
So, but yeah, I get what you're saying about how DJI might not be. But something tells me, and that's what's weird, if these apps were all set up, right? And the FAA is a government agency, and the majority of them seem to be willing to want to use DJI products more. I would think that Parrot would be integrated with this somehow, considering that's the drone they're going to switch to. That's just what I was kind of curious about.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting because Ethan is saying, do keep in mind the FAA airspace doesn't match DJI, so you might actually get approved on Lance, but DJI might not let you fly. That's very true. That is very true. And that's what's great about having a drone like the Zino, because the Zino gives you the responsibility to do what you want. It's not tied to, a nanny system. It says, hey, you're responsible enough to go on AirMap and get your own clearance. We'll just let you fly. We're not going to bother you.
I like the Zino.
Evo too.
The Zino's for the rebels out there.
Yeah, it's for rebels.
Oh, you talk about really good Matty Loop footage, man. You could put it in the center of the Matty Loop, Nemo, and get incredible extra footage. Think about it.
That would be cool.
I mean, that's another. You could do power loops over, a camera drone sitting in the middle. You could do hard flybys. You could do. Oh man, if you really had the nerve, you could push a micro up there and fly between the legs.
I have already tried that. I was going to. I had an Inductrix FPV or what? I'm not sure which kind it was. The yellow one. And I had it on the Phantom 3 Standard, and I was going to take it off and then take off from the Phantom, and it didn't work. It chopped up the little Inductrix pad, and it screwed it up.
Well, what I was thinking was you put the Phantom 3 in the air, hovered about 50 feet up in the air, and then take the little drone up to mess around with it. And just the cool footage that you could possibly get. Of course, you could potentially chop the drone up and drop the big drone out of the sky too. But I wanted to jump back into the chat and say thank you, Cigar Nation Warrior, because once you told me to do airspace, and then I played with it a little bit more, I figured out okay, and I know how to do it now. So yeah, I can do it for the Zino now too.
So is this LA Lance, as you call it, Lance?
Yeah.
Is that
LAANC?
Is that through the FAA?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Oh man, y'all are in trouble. Y'all are gonna realize what the FAA and how they are and dealing with them. Good luck.
They'll be knocking on your door.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. They got your picture on file, buddy boy, because you work in the industry.
They've had me. They've had me for 25 years. So
that's what I said, though, man. They know you. They probably got a chip embedded in your head. You just don't know about it yet. Oh, there's Nemo. He's back at Neverland again. What's he doing over there? They told him he ain't supposed to fly there. Somebody get the joystick.
Actually, I will say that we have some of the FAA guys come through and make sure that we're doing stuff the right way where I work. And usually when they walk into the hangar, everybody runs, they hide. It's like, oh God, FAA, and they take off. They don't want to get in trouble. But I took the opposite route. I went up to one and I started talking to him about drones. And he actually got my YouTube channel, started watching the one where the Falcon attacked my quad. And then he brought me back in some information about the air maps, and like that was a problem. I was back then. I was going to try to get my 107, but that was years ago. But he got me a lot of information to help me out, so they're not all that bad.
Okay then. So jumping back in the chat here, we've got some DJI bashing going on here. We've got Ethan Mitchell upset about DJI. He's saying buying DJI is like a car that does the speed limit.
I wanted to say, hey, the True Drone Reviews. I saw Bryan was in the chat, came in. Glad you're in the house. David Smith. Anybody that were Greg Pittman. Hey, good to see you in the house. Support everybody. Check out everybody's videos when you get a chance. Okay. Dan Drompo, hello. That's how that would kind of go. All right, go. What were y'all on? I'm sorry. You know me. I have to do that. And Nemo, didn't you see I flew a drone? I was muted, but you didn't.
The show's not over yet, Bill.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, I mean, is it?
No. I was trying. I've already drank 2 of these, and I was literally, and I didn't. I thought I was muted, and so I thought it would be funny if I did something like the Three Stooges, like sucking the air out of it. But I didn't realize that I was. So they didn't go the way I thought. All right. Okay, so John Cuppi has a link from a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Phenomenal deal from Banggood for the Hubsan Zino, which he is going to be throwing the link into chat. Does it have a code to go with it, John?
Yes, it does have a code to go with it, and I'm going to put that in there for you guys. Full disclosure, it is an affiliate link. It's actually not my affiliate link. It's my friend RD's Drone Reviews. He posted this in our group. So Bill has kindly let me pass this deal on to you guys. So I'm going to put this up here. So if you want a drone, you guys are complaining about DJI putting the brakes on you. So here you go. This is your opportunity.
Fly free with this guy.
And what is it? It's like what, $239 or something?
$239. Yeah. The only thing is, like Dan and I was saying, his Zino is not supposed to ship till like August, so I think that they might be having some supply issues, but you're going to get it eventually. You're going to get it for a good deal. So there's the link to it. And make sure when you go to add it to your card that you add it from the DWTR warehouse and you get it without the storage bag and 1 battery, unless you want it with the bag. But if you want that specific price of like $239, then you get it without the bag. But if you throw the bag in too, I mean, it'll just all the Zinos on that page, all the configurations are discounted.
Nice Zino bag, yes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean,
nice
Zino bag. Yeah,
it is a nice bag.
Zino bag. Well, watch out because like the Zino barely fits in here. So.
Oh, I just keep mine in the box.
Yeah.
But there's so many like I share this office with my wife, and there's like drones that are like sitting everywhere, as you can see back behind me and stuff. But they're like all lined up here above me too. Like her drone, the first one, what is it? I think they called it. It was actually a Phantom. can't remember what it was. It was WL Toys something. It had a 2-axis gimbal on a toy drone that still works. Then there's a Bugs 2 see whatever the red one was, the Mini, the Drocon. Then there's the Cheerson. And there's the Heliway that's not like the Bryan that got the crappy Heliway. But Heliway, isn't Heliway like a rebrand company?
Yeah, they rebrand stuff.
So I wonder where that original poo-poo drone that Bryan got. I can't believe that it would be that.
It's a Heliway branded GPS drone, but I don't know what the hell it is, like what its origin is.
It's a nice looking little drone, but he just has trouble with it. It comes with a nice case, and it kind of looks like a Spark, but been enough of the problems for Bryan.
Dan Nye said he ordered the black Zino, but they'll probably send him the white one. But I was going to say, if they send you the white one, there's always Sharpie.
Oh.
Oh my God.
If not, just send it out to Everett and Bill will customize it for you.
Yeah. Well, I might use a different color Sharpie, though. I found the silver one the other day.
Hey, at least you get a Zino from Banggood. You're gonna get a new enough Zino that even if you have to update the firmware, you're not gonna have to take tweezers and short the pins on the freaking controller to get it up to date. I mean, I don't know what it is with me and tweezers.
I was just gonna say that, John.
I don't know what. When I saw that video about the Zino, they're telling you in the official video, take a pair of tweezers and just short the pins. I'm just like, really?
Only, yes.
They
finally include the little cable for you to do it. So
they've backed off that video, John. That's no longer the policy.
Well, we should delete it because it's the first thing that comes up when you search for how do you update your Zino firmware.
I guess they didn't know how to take it down.
Yeah, they don't know how to delete a video. That doesn't surprise me. This is Hubson we're talking about here.
Okay, keep on rambling. I'm trying to find some stuff here. I've got the Cuppi special up.
You were talking about the Zino wasn't coming until some like mid August. Well, this is already the end of July here. In the old days, I've waited for drones from Banggood and GearBest for like 45 days to get here.
Yeah.
So mid-August isn't bad at all. That's speed shipping for those guys.
Oh, well, they tripped me out when I was getting my Tiny Hawk. Remember, Nemo? I was going bananas, and I were like, just calm down. It'll get there, man. It'll get there. Just settle down. And then
Warriors was saying he needs help setting up his PC so he could be seen. I'm sure one of us could help with that at some point.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a question for you guys. Do you think there will be a Zino 2?
Ooh,
well, I've heard somebody close to Hobson say that they've kind of never done a 2 or updated their drone. They made the 501 but they're still probably making it 3-4 years. There was never a 501 2. There was never a 2 of any of their drones that they like to keep. When they make hardware, they'll improve the software, but they don't often come out with a 2 of any model. I mean, let's hope they break ranks here and come out with a Zino 2. But if history would repeat itself, there probably won't be a Zino 2.
Yeah.
I honestly think with the overwhelming demand and the fact that they can't produce enough at this price, that yes, there potentially could be a Zino 2. And with that being said, I'm going to jump back to John Cuppi and have a momentary fashion show. First will be John Cuppi. Wait a minute. And he is modeling the Drone Therapy Squeeze the Little Head with Tweezers shirt. And if you notice in the chat now, you'll see the link coming up from Teespring. And yes, you can even see that John Cuppi was the original inspiration for this. And if you go back to the original episode in which he said it, you will see his hands in that very position. So get your Drone Therapy Squeeze the Little Heads together with Tweezers. John Cuppi special. Right now.
And I'm also modeling one.
Hang on, I'm coming. Okay. And now on the stage, modeling the new Drone Therapy t-shirt for 2019, Mr. Ron Brown. Ron Brown is wearing this tight-fitting, snug. Well, no, it's not. Wouldn't say tight-fitting. This comfortable tee available to you now in the Teespring Drone Therapy House, and the link has been posted now. I think they're both economically priced because I don't know what it is. I guess Roger's got so much more volume than me, but he can sell T-shirts for like $11 up there. But I got to sell everything for like $16 here because it won't let you sell anything for less than 45 cents profit.
Maybe tariffs.
No, well, if they do it here, I'm just saying you can't make less than 45 cents profit or it won't let you sell it. I don't know.
Right. And Bill, the word Bill was looking for was form-fitting T-shirt.
Yes, form-fitting.
Slim fit.
Well, hey, it was one of those spontaneous fashion shows, and I'm trying to kind of throw some extra new fun stuff into the show so that we'll have some more entertaining stuff. Because I know that because, if you watch your YouTube analytics as far as to audience retention, we kind of go like this the whole show. So I don't know if it's me being a total idiot or if it's actually talking about drones. So
it's great probably go up with John and I model our T-shirts.
Right. Yes. As long as dollar bills come flying in, that's perfectly fine. And you all might want to progress if 5 or 10 comes rolling in. I don't know.
Well, don't forget your skinny jeans too.
Oh, yes. Well, wait. We have to have more subscribers in order to take in funds, and we will donate those to the Ron and John Spin Up Fund. And if we make enough, then they can throw me some money and I'll go too. Because man, I would go in a heartbeat, but that like $600 and $700 airfare for me, and I'm just like, man,
yeah, it's a lot.
I'm just like, I'd love to go, but that just kills me.
Hey, Demarco, Skinny and Ron don't go in the same set.
Hey, Ron, we'll make it fit. How about that?
Yeah, skinny jeans for me. Oh, that's not a pretty picture. That's just like one of them. What was it they called the other day when it was so hot? People were saying they swamp butt. I was like, ooh, that would just be. I was like, sorry for going there, folks. I did not mean to give you that picture, but I'm just thinking. He said skinny jeans, and I was like, ooh. All right, okay, I'll stop now. We'll go back to talking about drones.
Here's a question I have for you, especially for me too. What's a good charger? Because right now I'm still using the chargers out of the box. What's a good hobby charger for me?
That would be the what's that blue one?
The B6 or something. The B6.
Yeah, the B6. But make sure you get a real one. If you buy from Banggood or GearBest, you may not get the real thing. Buy from like Amazon or
well,
something.
yeah, Ryan had one. Ryan posted a link like a couple of shows back, I think, for the he just throw up that link again. Don't you have it, Ryan? It's like a genuine. It's like what, $50, I think, maybe.
Yeah, the IMAX B6 is and if you buy a real one, yeah, I think it's more than 50, but maybe it's on sale for 50.
Okay. What'd you say, John? Because like you sent me an email on when I asked you. What was yours again, John?
Yeah, I'm pulling that up. So I actually don't disagree that the IMAX B6 AC, it's not a bad charger, but I actually have a really hard time recommending the IMAX B6 AC anymore. And that's because with ISDT, which is another charger brand out there, they're really killing it with price to performance ratio. I think I recommended to you. I'm going to my email here.
Yeah, but see, that's what I was. That's cool, but the IMAX has all the the plugs. I don't have to have 50 million peripherals like I do with this one in order to use it on mine. And you would probably have to use a couple of plugs to use it on yours if you're going to use the Zino, right?
Well, I mean, yeah. Here's the thing: the ISDT only takes XT60 as its input and its output. There's a lot of cables out there that are banana plug, but there are also banana plug to XT60 adapters. Well, here's what's going on. The chargers are moving away from the banana plugs. And part of the reason why is because the banana plugs are actually dangerous. People use them dangerously because they'll plug in the batteries first, and then the banana plugs are just out dangling, and if they touch them, it's gonna blow up right in their face. But so that's why most new chargers today are being made with XT60. I mean, yeah, Bill, you would have to get yet another adapter to use that cable if you want to. Having an IMAX around is always a good thing, especially if you can get it cheaply. But at the same time, it kills me because, you know, you could get a T6. I think I told you about the ISDT T6, and you get that and a power supply, and then you'd be much more future proof. My problem with the IMAX was always it was limited to 60 watts, and yeah, it was rated for 6 amps, but good luck getting that on, you know, while you're charging, say, a 4-cell battery. You're just not going to get that. And then when you get into multi-charging, the level of resistance, forget it. It just takes forever. If you have really basic charging needs, it'll still do the job, but I love my ISDT T8. I've been using it for over a year now. I'm up to something like 473 charge cycles through it. I'm beyond happy with it. I've got a parallel charging board. I'll charge 10 batteries all at once on the thing. 10 4,000, 1,300 4S. I'm really happy with it.
How much is it?
The T8 is $99. The ISDT T6 is more like 70, and then you have to get a power supply. So I mean, I understand what you're saying. For $60, $50-$60, you can get started with a genuine B6 AC. But it kills me because for just not that much more money, you can go and be completely, almost nearly future proof. That's what kills me about the IMAX today. Okay, and if you want deals too, I mean, sometimes you get the T8 for like $80, and that's a 1,000-watt charger, 35 amp, 1,000 watts. You'll charge anything you want.
Okay. Yeah, the ISDT is they're good chargers. I got the D2 and I love it. I mean, it's awesome.
Well, we could do a whole charging show sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This weekend battery charging.
We also had a member in our group where his IMAX B6 AC, he was upset because the charger, it failed on him twice. The power supply in it failed twice. And I mean, that's a real downer, especially since, you know, the power supply and the charger are connected. When you blow that supply, now you can connect an external one, but now you've got a half-ass system. If my power supply connected to my ISDT T8 blows tomorrow, I can just get a new supply and it doesn't really hinder it. And not to mention too, like the ISDTs, because of this XT60 stuff, it's so flexible. You can buy a battery pack and plug in like a huge battery pack and do charging at the field. Yep. You know, the XT60 connector is so much better. Yeah. You can power it from a connector. There's also a really cheap one out there called the Toolkit RC Mate. That one's, I've got that one for $20. They generally sell for $30 on Amazon. Again, it's another XT60 kind of deal, but you can get 15 amps out of that. That's really good.
Is it this one? Here.
The Toolkit RC Mate. Oh, that's the ISDT T something. Yeah, what? Yeah, that's it. Is that the T8? Yeah, it looks like the T8, probably. Yeah, that's the one I have. That's the one. It's awesome, man. Honestly, you'd be set for a very long time.
I'm about to pull a Marcus here.
You gonna pull my button?
What's your credit card number?
Everybody close your ears while I give it to Demarco.
Now remember, don't forget, with that, you do have to buy a power supply, and that's something you have to consider. That's gonna, cost you probably $20-$30 for a 24-volt power supply.
And Ryan's talking about the ISDT D2 has a built-in power supply.
Yes, it's very nice.
That's another one. Yeah, they do make their built-in ones.
I think I saw it on Amazon for like $139.
What's this? Dynamite Passport 2 Ultra from Horizon.
Yeah, that I use that charger a lot, and it'll charge up to
You could
6
use
amps.
that. Yeah, the ISDT
Yeah.
D2 is a good one too. But you will still get way more performance per dollar if you are willing to buy the ISDT T8 and then buy a power supply for, you know, $30-40, because I'm seeing here on Amazon the ISDT D2 is $139 and it's only 200 watt. You can get up to 1,000 watt and 35 amps if you're willing to buy the T8 and then get a power supply, an external power supply for it. I mean,
Okay.
so you would get more for your dollar if you went my route. Now the question is, do you need it? You know, when I started out, I didn't need an IMAX B. I didn't need anything more than an IMAX B6, and I didn't need anything more than my second charger was a High-Tech X2 AC Pro. And I thought that I was good with that. I thought I would never need more than 160 watts. And now I can't get enough.
Well, we've learned a lot about battery chargers.
It's 12 amps. Isn't 12 amps enough? I mean, that depends. Like I said, that depends. I mean, 12 amps is not even enough to charge, I think, my 1300 milliamp hour batteries at 1C. I think I would have to add it all up, but yeah, 10 times 1300. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's 1300 milliamp hours, of course. So technically, it's not even enough to charge my batteries at 1C.
Okay.
Oh, it's not enough.
But
And
you're parallel charging, correct?
yeah, I'm parallel charging. I
Yeah.
use the Joshua Bardwell board. I use the Bardwell charge board.
All right.
I don't
got it
have
written
that.
all down.
I don't have that many batteries, so I just.
Yeah, I mean, I go all out with the batteries when I find a battery I like.
All right,
Yeah, it's enough to charge 6,000 milliamp hours at 2C, of course, but this is where we get into the idea of thinking, yeah, 12 amps is enough. I'm never going to need more than 12 amps. Well, then you get someone like me who's got 1,300 milliamp hour batteries and they want to charge 10 of them at a time. Suddenly now you can't even charge that at 1C. You're charging it at just a little below. And I'll typically charge those batteries at 2C if I can. I'll put 24 amps toward 10 of those. So, you know, I want all the amperage that I can get out of these chargers now. And when you start to have bigger batteries, it's just nice to have it. It's just nice to have it.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to stop over John's and just charge batteries with them. That sounds like that could be a fun day.
Well, look, I got them all written down here. And Ron, what's that credit card number? I'm waiting.
Marcus has it on him. You know, he was at the Horseshoe Bend the other day.
Yeah,
I'm
Ryan
gonna get 2 charges then. I'm gonna get 2.
Ryan says he doesn't use a parallel board. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Demarco, probably that 12 amp charger would do the job, but I'm just always trying to recommend what I think will get people the most out of their money, even if even if they might not use it. And when I see that the D2 is 140, yeah, it's going to be easier. It'll get you all set. You won't have to worry about power supply. But I think it's worth it if you really want a for life charging setup. I would get.
All right. I got to break in here. I wanted to give everybody an update, and yes, I have just confirmed that next week we will have astronaut and physician Scott Parazinski on the show. He's going to kind of give us a brief overview of the FT Aviator. He's the creator of that new controller. We can have some basic questions about that, and he can give us an introduction to that controller and everything, and maybe we can ask him some questions about space and stuff after that. But I wanted to jump in real quick and confirm that I had just talked to his PR lady, and she has confirmed yes, we will be on next week. So that's cool. I never talked to an astronaut in person before.
Bill, have you confirmed me for next week through my PR lady?
Yeah. Bill, what a step down. Like this week you have a claims manager online, and next week you have an astronaut.
Yeah. I had to, I just had to throw that out there. But notice I announced it while the claims manager was on the show.
Still here.
So confirming that, so it kind of gives street cred to the astronaut for next week.
DeMarco,
pack up now.
an announcement. DeMarco's also working on a joystick, whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, so you may meet him back when he gets his on the market.
Yes, we will definitely have to do that. It will be the jumper-free Zino controller Smart.
That's a good name. You better write that down.
Oh, no. The next thing I know, they won't send me a royalty check. I can't even write it down. I'll just let it go. It's out there.
Checks in the mail. Checks in the mail, Bill.
There you go. Maybe they'll give me credit for an accessory that doesn't exist.
You can use a coupon on a non-existent accessory.
Yeah, there we go.
They'll give you a select coupon.
I see Mikey B came in, and how would you say it? Pleiadian? Would that be Pleiadian scientist, UFO builder? How would you pronounce that?
I thought it was Palladian.
Okay, so it's Palladian?
I don't know.
That could be.
Real quick, I went to my garage because I just wanted to hold up the ISDT so people could just see it. I mean, look at it. You just hold it, and you can hold this thing in the palm of your hand. I mean, it's just remarkable. And this is the balance board to charge those 10 batteries that I use.
How much did that balance board cost?
This balance board is cheap. It's like $23. It's really not bad at all. I mean, Joshua Bardwell, and it's really safe too. Like Bryan was talking about, he's afraid to parallel charge. I was too, but this thing has poly fuses, and you could see here we've got a whole bunch of fuses here. I mean, this is a really, really safe board. It's got a lot of stuff in it to prevent you from burning your house down. I mean, I'm not afraid of parallel charging anymore. I'll put 10 batteries on here easily, and I'll just sit by it. I've not had a problem yet, and I've put this through many, many charge cycles.
I think that's the key, John, that you said you'd sit there with it. A lot of people that have accidents, they just throw them on there. They don't monitor them, and that's a lot of fires occur that way, or lipo, that's where the damage comes in. And if you watch it and you're safe and you know what you're doing, parallel charging it's not that bad.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It scared me too from parallel charging ever. And I kind of thought, adding more to the mix causes a problem. But you also have to look at your batteries too. Like, it's good to give all your batteries a check. If you've got one that has really high resistance compared to all the other ones, you probably shouldn't throw it on with the rest of them. You should probably put it off to the side or think about retiring it out. I mean, I give my batteries a check every now and then, and if I think one is hinky, then I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to put it off and not parallel charge it with the rest of them.
So would that do 6S, like 10 6S batteries as well?
Oh, this will do up to 8. This will do up to 8S, the T6, T8, and this thing. See, this is one annoying thing about the Bardwell board is you can only get a board for a specific freaking battery. Like, this is the 4S board only. You'll notice it doesn't have any balance connectors for any other kind of battery, and that's intentional. Bardwell does it because he wants to, I guess, decrease the complexity of the whole thing, make it easy, less mistake. You really can't plug the wrong battery in, right? So
right, makes sense.
So he does it to keep it simple, I believe. So you need to have a separate board if you decide to go with the Bardwell series.
That's the KISS method, right?
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple. Well, this is the other one, Demarco. This is the Hobby Mate one that I was talking about. And so it's so cool, like with these XT inputs, you can just plug in a battery. You bring it to the field, you could charge with that. I could charge from this battery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's freaking awesome. I could talk all day about this stuff. I'm going to shut up because people are probably tired of hearing about charging.
Oh, no. I was just the lady from Scott's PR messaged again and confirmed again for next Wednesday. So that's very cool. And I'm very happy because we had heard that there had been some issues with maybe another channel. Maybe there was a scheduling conflict or something. I think that's probably what.
Probably.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gary, I went and got something out of the fridge
Oh.
to make you. So it's the here we go. Ready?
Bing.
Oh yeah.
Clink.
Y'all don't realize we traded sodas.
Does Nemo drink
this one's-
Baja Blast Mountain Dew also?
Yeah, yes, but this one's from the East Coast, and he's drinking the one from the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are they strong? Is one from one coast stronger than the other?
I think Bill's has something a little extra in it.
It's
Okay.
awful salty tasting. I don't know.
Oh, it sounds of that.
I don't know. Okay, so back into chat. Let's see what pH. What did you say, John? Spry pH boys, Rob guys, something. Oh, maybe. Oh, your microphone freaked out, and you were saying, "Okay, sorry, guys."
John's muted still.
Did I mute? I didn't mute John. Somebody else did. It wasn't me.
I didn't touch him.
I can't unmute him.
Did he mute himself?
Who did it? Wait, let me try this way.
Well, I mean, I didn't. I haven't touched the keyboard. Could have.
Who? Somebody else muted him. It wasn't me.
I haven't.
Because I can't unmute him.
I don't even know how to mute or
John
unmute.
you muted yourself? You can't unmute
It was
yourself?
me. Yeah, I muted myself.
Oh,
Okay, so
Yeah, I muted myself. Can you hear me now?
oh,
wow. Yeah, it's still like over modulating. It's like
I don't know what to do. It's just it needs to be
all right,
figured out.
Ethan. Yes. Yes. You will be back on soon. Ethan's got to go. So, yes, Ethan, we will get you back on very soon with us. And like I said, we're going to have astronaut Scott Parazinski on next week, the creator of the FT Aviator. And what was it? 5 missions in space. That's right. He's climbed Everest twice, summited once. So something I'll never do, and I can kind of live through him vicariously. And I've still got John on. Okay, do it not anymore. All right, cool. Back to the drone therapy. Anybody have any unique flying stories to tell us over the past week since we've been on the air?
not a one.
Nope.
I burned
Okay.
my Selfly X.
Oh, yes, you forgot to tell us that. You got to tell us how you smoked the drone. You did not tell us how you smoked the drone.
I did. I smoked it. I literally smoked one of my drones. Unfortunately, it can't handle what it's advertised to be rated for. So I'm gonna have a video up with kind of a rant about that. This poor little dude. I smoked it. And I'm sad because I love the drone. I really do. I love this quad. It was so awesome. I bought 5 batteries for it because I'm like, yeah, I like this. And of course, it's dead. I really started ripping it in the park, and it's dead. So that's the end of that, right?
Did you smoke it on 3S or?
I smoked it on 3S, man. Yeah, the thing is, and I'm gonna talk more about this, but like the original version of this came with like 9,000 kV motors. I've got 8,000 kV, and this has the Crazy Bee F4 2.1 control board.
Yeah.
Basically, they keep revising this thing. They keep revising this thing, and they can't get it to stay in the air reliably. I mean, look, they even put this little capacitor on here because just plugging in a battery risks blowing up the freaking board. I mean, it's just it wants to be what it can't with this flight controller. That's the problem.
Is that the same one that's in the Mobula? Do you know? I think it is.
The same one that's in the Mobula 7 HD and the regular Mobula 7, but the Mobula 7 HD was also dropping like flies with that flight controller. This Crazy Bee F4 has been the bane of a lot of people's micro existence. They just released the Crazy Bee F4 3.0 with a 10 amp upgraded ESC. If that doesn't solve the problem, I'm not sure what will. You know, we're asking a lot to get passed through these little boards, I think. So, and Whiskers wants to do something with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that down now.
I just want to mention.
So yeah, that's my drone story for the week.
I just want to mention a review I saw. I love John Cuppi's review that just dropped a few days ago on YouTube of the little drone, the throw and go drone. What's that called, John?
Oh, the little Snaptain. Yeah,
I very much enjoyed the throw and go video you did on that.
Thanks, John.
Great job with that review.
Thanks, John. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little drone.
Especially when you start off with a bad one, right? And then they took care of you and sent a working one out. So that's a good story too. A good story of service.
Yeah, I mean, you can always get a defective item. It happens.
Right.
We've all gotten duds before. So since it's on Amazon, it's pretty easy to return anyway. I mean, that's why I kind of had no hesitation when it came to recommending it, because it's on Amazon. If something happens, you just return it.
And the fascinating part about this, I didn't realize when you showed it on the show a couple weeks ago that had that back department and you housed the extra props, that it came with prop guards and landing legs. I mean, that thing, for a tiny little thing, that thing has all the accessories.
Yeah, it's a great little toy for kids, really.
How much does something like that run you?
They only want $24 for that thing on Amazon. You get it in 2 days.
It's funny. It's funny you said, because like I have one of those too. I have one of those little. You actually throw it up in the air, and it goes, and then there's sensors on it too. So like if you hold your hand up, it's great for kids, and my little boy loves it.
Oh yeah, I know which one that is. That's like the Hellafar. That's the shake and throw. That's the shake one. That's the shake and throw. See, this one's a little different because you actually lob it up and it starts the motors. That one you still shake it and you throw it, but the shaking is what starts it. Either way, I mean, it's all fun, but like I've never seen a drone that you throw up in the air and it starts. It's a
little it's a little unnerving at first.
It is unnerving at first.
You sort of have to figure out a way to drop it down and then throw it up, and like you can feel the motors kick in.
Yeah, imagine my face. The first one that I got was defective, and I threw it up, and well, it wouldn't stop flying up. It just kept flying up and up and up and up until it decided to come down.
Hey John, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the Nafi has a throw and go feature too. I've never tried it out yet. I always forget to do it when I feel it, but you hit like a certain button on the pad, and you can throw and go with something as nice as the Nafi.
I'm looking at the chat here. Birdman was saying he thinks his Mobula 7 is only up to 2S power. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't know why they putting the Mobula 7 board basically in a drone that they send you a 3-cell battery with. I mean, to me, it's like setting the consumer up for failure. That's why when I get the review up for this thing, I'm gonna have quite a few words to say.
Ooh.
So, yeah. So that's my story.
You got a rant coming.
Mini rant. Yeah, I guess so.
Mini rant. Will you call it a turd?
I don't know if I would use the word turd, because you know what the thing is, I can't call it a turd because it flies awesome. You can, and anything that flies awesome is not a turd. The problem is that you can't get that 3-cell power that they promise, and that's my problem with it. If this was just advertised as 2-cell, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it.
Right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say that the link I just threw up in the chat was the donation link for my daughter's team for the Snohomish County Down Syndrome Society. They're having like a spring fair type or a summer fair type thing, and they're kind of getting donations and stuff for it. So it's more, if you can donate, that would be wonderful, would be fantastic. And I also wanted to jump in now because if people didn't notice, we've already been on for over an hour and a half, and as we all know, that we could probably talk all night long about drones, but some of us are married, some of us have girlfriends, and some of us need to do some things. But I wanted to jump in real quick and kind of give everybody a quick overview of what we got coming up. Grateful to everybody that was on tonight. We'll kind of give her goodbyes and stuff in a little while. I just want to jump in and kind of give everybody that, since we got Scott Parazinski coming on next week. And then on August 7th, his debut to the live streaming world, I think, Josh from Parks and Tech is going to be on with us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then August 14th, we'll have Arthur Carlson from Artco Drone Solutions on with us. And then on August 21st, we're going to have Mr. Curtis Dart from Drone Squad TV, and from time to time, Drone Owners Network Live, when they do some special event type stuff, is going to come on. He's got a bunch of different stuff to talk to us about. He's going to be talking about logos, stings, kind of templates and stuff that you get from a lot of people that, want to give you a quick intro and stuff for your show, and copyright issues. So he's going to be doing that on August 21st. And then on August 28th, as per request from Nemo himself, we're going to cover software and color grading. And I'm bringing on a friend of mine, Film Sensei, from the Film Sensei YouTube channel. Get over there and check him out if you got a chance. He's going to give us a brief overview of the software Hit Film and kind of a brief brush on color grading. And then Mr. Ethan Mitchell is going to come on, and he's going to tell us about Final Cut Pro and kind of give us a little more in-depth color grading episode. So that's going to be August 28th. So that's another big month and a half full of drone stuff going on here on the Drone Therapy Show. Hey. And I'm going to throw it back to everybody else and let you all talk about what you want to now.
Well, I just want to thank Bill for that great lineup of guests coming up for the next month. And I'm especially waiting for Nemo's show. I think it was the 28th when we talk about the film grading. Because of Nemo and the great Ethan Mitchell, I've upgraded to Final Cut Pro. So I will be on that episode with my notepad that night, learning from the masters. And I watched the Nemo video the other day. It's not like his current video, but it's called Fly Something. And I love the edit in that video, Nemo. You had like graphics and quick cuts and whatever, and I can see you got editing chops going on. So again, I'm trying to learn from the masters here.
Well, thank you, Ron. I appreciate that.
Well, I something you were bringing up some of Nemo's videos, and I personally know that Nemo has one that I really think is kind of cool and original, and it's called Poop Whooping. Have y'all seen it?
No, Bill.
It's literally called Poop Whooping, and I don't know. It might be material matter for the not faint at heart.
Is that PG, Nemo, or
yes, it's PG.
Okay.
It's all PG.
It's only simulated.
Yes, it was. It was simulated.
My cat is trying to kill me.
What? Because you're poop whooping?
Not because I'm poop whooping.
Oh, okay. So, and I found out a bunch of new stuff tonight. So the Zino that I got from Demarco has like 40 flights on it, and it had not been crashed until yours truly got a hold of it. Let's see, what else did we learn? John has Kelly Shore's Zino that was crashed multiple times, but by Kelly Shore's, not by John yet. What else did we learn?
I think he crashed it once, Bill. Just to correct it. Just to correct the record. He only crashed it once. Once twice. That we know of.
Twice. He did it twice. He did it twice. Yeah.
You see, told you. That's why I crashed twice, because somewhere in the psyche of the universe it said, Bill, your Zino has not been crashed twice yet. You must crash twice in order for you to be a true brother to John Zino that was crashed twice.
Correct.
Well, yeah, okay, that sounds good anyway. But we're okay. Like I said, I can hear my wife kind of rummaging around, and I've noticed that she's kind of glanced in a couple of times. So I think with that, I will bid everyone adieu and pass it around and let everybody say their good nights. And don't forget to invite your friends next week, because we're going to have Scott on. But then after Scott's not here, man, we got tons of people coming on. And I want anybody in the chat, or anybody that's in the chat that knows of somebody that you think might be a great guest on the show, please get them in touch with me, Ron, Nemo, John, even if you know Demarco. Demarco knows how to get a hold of all of us, so get a hold of him too. Please get in touch with us. And with that being said, I'm going to let our goodbyes begin, and I'll throw it to my co-host, Ron Brown, and he can toss it from there.
Thank you so much, Bill, for having me on the show again tonight. We had another great show here. It was always great talking about the beloved Hudson Zino, and we learned a lot about Lance and about battery charging. was a wealth of knowledge on the show tonight. I mean, again, I'm only being half funny. We gave a lot of good information out there tonight. So I don't really have a lot of new information to report. I mean, well, I'll be back Monday night on Zino Nation. Hopefully, Marcus is back from his cross country trip, and we don't have a guest set up yet, but we're negotiating with a few people. A couple people are in chat tonight, so I'm sure we'll have somebody interesting on again. So on that note, I want to thank everybody for being in the chat tonight. We had a great group. It was a good chat, good conversation going on, a lot of good input on the Lance thing. So I want to thank everybody. And I'm going to throw it to my good friend Nemo here to see what he's up to.
Thank you, Ron. Just as always, it's fun to come in here and talk with you guys. Demarco, it's nice to finally meet you. Heard a lot of good things about you, and I really don't have anything going on. I just try to get out and fly and make videos, but I would like to just throw it out there from what you guys personally, the information that you put out about the Zino. If I were in the market for a camera drone, I think that would be the one that I would go with. For that price, I mean, wow, that's just crazy. But I mean, that's really all I got to say. Like I said, Demarco, it was a pleasure meeting you and doing the show with you. And Ron, as always, it's good to hang out. John, and always with Bill as well. And with that, I will throw it over to my esteemed colleague, John Cuppi.
Thanks, Nemo. It's always a pleasure. It's always great. The Tonight Show is awesome. We had lots of different info from all sectors of the hobby here tonight. And Demarco, it was great meeting you, man. I'm so glad you hooked me up with such a great Zino deal. And we'd love to have you on again sometime. Any question about FPV or whatever you got, He definitely.
He has new drones now. Remember, he got rid of the Zinos. He's got different drones to come out and talk about.
Yeah, well, he's graduated from the Zino, and he's got different drones now. He's got different aspirations. So that's really, really cool, man.
You know what? Here's what's going to happen. The next time we bring him on, he's going to be talking about the Mavic Air and stuff like that. But he's going to go, okay, guys. That night I was on that first time, and I got to talking to Nemo and John. All right. I have to admit it, I've gone to the dark side. I bought my first FPV drone. And that's what he's going to tell us the next time when he goes back on. And that
he's got his hands going.
With John bringing that up, I wanted to say, yes, we're very grateful for having you on tonight. And I'm glad that you popped that into chat that night. And we got to hook up with you, and now we got to share all our fun stuff with the Zino and a lot more to come in the future. And I would like to cordially invite you sometime in it looks like it's going to be September now. Maybe sometime in the middle of September, you can come back on and give us an update on the new drones and stuff you've got.
I will.
And I'm going to throw it back to you and let you say your good nights, and then I'll end the show.
I'd like to say thank you for having me. I appreciate it. All the guys in the chat, the ladies in the chat. This is a really fun hobby. I'm sort of disappointed that I got a late start at it. Last year at this time, I was just getting started at it. So, but now, having been at it for about a year, I've learned a lot, and I'm hoping that my new buddy Nemo is going to be teaching me about FPV and all that, though, because right now I know nothing about it. Like, you guys are fun. I like watching you every week. My wife's always like, "What are you watching? What are you watching?" So, but no, like, you guys are great, and I hope to see you guys at Spin Up. If not, I'll catch you down the road again. And if you ever need me to come on, it is a pleasure. So thank you for having me, guys.
Well, that's super cool. We'll definitely have you back on here in the near future. And now I know Nemo is a colorful guy, and the beard just draws you in. But John Cuppi knows a lot about FPV too. So I'm just going to say
questions too.
That's part of why I got them on the show, because they spoon feed me FPV because I'm a slow learner. When it comes to
what I'm worried about is they're going to start me off at like a $500 FPV. Oh, get this one, get this one, get this one.
We can do better than 500. We can do way better than 500.
Get this one. This one's great.
Now, I'm not, the thing about it is with these guys, you sweet talk these guys, they might end up building you a drone and it'll show up in a box at your house.
Hey, you know, listen, I tell you, start me off with a $500 one. Just 1 second. Ron, what's that credit card number?
We're gonna my credit card. You're gonna start off with that little small pepper.
There you go.
Deal.
All right, we're creeping away again. I can hear things banging in the other room. And with that being said, I want to thank everybody that's come. Good Lord, the TV just blew up. I better get out of here. Okay, yes, with that being said, thank you, people, for coming in and hanging out with us. We love having you in every week. And if you get a chance, tell your friends, bring them with you next week. We'll be here every week on Wednesdays with something new. You've heard what we're talking about. We've got coming up. And I'm serious. I think I'm going to talk to them after we get off the air, and we're going to set something up, and we're going to give away this Backpack Bugs 3. So thank you again. Come back and see us next week. Peace.
Good night, guys.